In Kundalini Yoga, nadis play vital role. There are descriptions about it in the ancient texts, and great masters of yoga have also explained about the importance of nadis, major nadis, and subordinate nadis. According to Shiva Samhita, there are 350,000 different nadis within the human framework. According to other texts, they say 75,000. And in some other texts, there are difference in opinions, but all of them agree that there are thousands of nadis throughout the human framework. Of all these thousand nadis, three are the most important because these three control the flow of all other nadis within the human framework. It is very important to know about these three, their behaviors, and some tools to manipulate and eventually control the flow of these three important nadis. Swami Vivekananda has also explained about nadis in his Raja Yoga. Swami Satyanand has composed a very fabulous text, Kundalini Tantra. In that, we have detailed and more scientific talk about these three nadis. So we can seek help from all the important texts and other as well. Now, these three nadis are called respectively Ida, Pingala, and Susumna. Ida flows towards the left side of spinal column. Pingala flows towards the right side of the spinal column. And Susumna flows in the middle. These three important nadis originate at the very bottom of human body. In the modern scientific term, we call that part perineum, the midpoint between anus and genital. It is that point from where other important nadis also originate. In the ancient text, that point is called Kan. Kan means the root. It's the root which is the basis of important nadis. So Ida, Pingala, and Susumna, they originate from the same point, but they have different behaviors. Ida governs the mental strength, the mental properties. Pingala governs the physical properties or the pranic behavior in the human body. And Susumna is a spiritual channel. By spiritual, I mean the path of enlightenment, the path of concentration, and the path of liberation. Ida is bright like full moon. Pingala is red like the sun, the morning sun. Or you can also say sun when it sets. And Susumna is of multicolor. In different texts, there are difference in opinion about it. Susumna is also, according to some important text, is of red color like fire. So Ida is bright like moon, Pingala is red like the sun, Susumna is red like the fire. But as I have already said, the color of Susumna is very mysterious. We cannot establish a definite color about it. There are certain time and behaviors of human body when different flows of nadis exist. For example, when we study, when we think, when we are pondering about some important topics, automatically Ida comes into action. When we go for running, doing some manual work, mountaineering, etc., in those state of body, automatically Pingala flows. And when we are poised, concentrated, deep in thought, very relaxed, at that time automatically Susumna is into action. But like Ida and Pingala, Susumna does not flow all the time. Throughout the day and night, Ida and Pingala flow alternatively. Susumna flows only for a while. They say Ida flows or one nari flows around 1 hour or 1.5 hours in a healthy body. If somebody has health problems, then the flow of nari is also affected. So after an hour or an hour and a half flow of one naris, automatically the flow shifts to other naris. And then again, after 1.5 hours, it shifts to the other nari. So when Ida flows, Pingala is dormant. When Pingala flows, Ida is dormant. When Ida is going to be dormant and Pingala is going to be active, at that point, Susumna flows only for a minute or two. Ida and Pingala originate, as we have already known, in the bottom of the body. But Susumna, unlike Ida and Pingala, goes much higher than Ida and Pingala. So they originate from the bottom and together they go up to the point between eyebrow center, but it is not the exact point. It is the location, the area of one important chakra, but just behind the eyebrow center, within the brain, the exact point of pineal glands. It is at that point Ida, Pingala and Susumna become one. So Ida and Pingala terminate. Beginning from the bottom, Ida and Pingala goes only up to the pineal gland, the Ajna chakra, the exact midpoint of the brain. There the three become one, and from there Susumna goes high up to the crown of the head, around pituitary gland, the top of the head, the point of Sahasrara. So Ida, Pingala and Susumna together flow from bottom to the Ajna chakra, pineal glands, and then three together go up to the Sahasrara chakra. This is the behavior of these three important nadis. Within their flow goes electric currents. Like we have the flow of electric current in our house, same the electric flow of prana throughout the body is everywhere spreaded, everywhere it's present. And they govern all physical, mental and spiritual behaviors that one individual can have. In Kundalini Yoga, the sincere practitioner try to maintain the right flow of these important nadis. Especially in the field of meditation, there is a great stress that we try to create the balance of Ida and Pingala so Sushumna flows. It is in the flow of Sushumna meditation and experience of meditation can happen. When we sit for meditation, sometimes lots of thoughts originate. Sometimes body wants to move a lot. It is the disturbed flow of Ida and Pingala, imbalanced flow of Ida and Pingala. And sometimes we naturally feel we are flowing in meditation. We must know at that point Ida and Pingala they are balanced and Sumna is flowing. They also connect to the flow of breath. The left nostril connects to Ida, right nostril connects to Pingala. So with the manipulation of left and right nostril and correct breathing, we are able to manipulate the flow of Ida and Pingala. Thereby, Sushumna can be affected and real joy of meditation and experience of meditation can be attained. I suggest here a very important practice to create considerable balance of Ida and Pingala. It is very famous but very important as well. In the text of yoga, it is called Nadi Shodhan Pranayama. There are different steps into this pranayama to go to the higher level, but to begin with, it's very simple and everybody can do it without any hazard. The technique is we use the right or left hand with the index finger and the middle finger. We try to touch the point between eyebrows. With the thumb, we try to open and close the right nostril. With the ring finger, we try to open and close the left nostril. So to begin with, normally, we touch the index and middle finger at the eyebrow center. With the right thumb, we close the right nostril and we deeply inhale through left nostril. Immediately when we have inhaled fully, we close the left with the ring finger and then at the same time we open the right nostril and we exhale deep through right nostril. Deep exhalation through right nostril. Then again we inhale through right nostril and we open the left nostril and we exhale through the left nostril. The inhalation and exhalation should go rhythmical, should go in a flow. At any point of time, we should not create jerk or pressure. I don't recommend any kind of retention or pause of breath at any point of time. Simple inhalation, simple exhalation through both nostrils in alternate flow. In the beginning, we can do it for 5 times. So left, right and right, left makes 1. And together we can do it for 5 times. And if we have more interest, we can do it for 10 times. This will help us very much influence the flow of left and right nostril. And with that, we can easily manipulate the flow of Ida and Pingala. So with the important tools, we can easily seek help from the flow of these 3 important nadis, Ida, Pingala and Sushumna. There are more important things we will discuss further. Thank you very much. Hari Om Tat Sat.